To begin, I'm just most delighted to introduce to you a wonderful leader here at Illinois State University who has done such a tremendous job of setting this institution on a path of excellence and building our reputation nationally and internationally. It's my delight to introduce to you this evening our 17th president, Dr. Al Bowman.
Thank you, Stephanie, for the kind words. I hope you've enjoyed dinner. It's been a lot of fun for Linda and I to sit and watch the pictures scroll by. I've been here 32 years. My wife has actually worked at ISU for 25 years. And like many of you, we have a long history here, and we've watched the landscape change. And yet, as we think about all the things that we're proud of at Illinois State, one of them, and certainly near the top of the list, is the change in the campus landscape. Some buildings, older buildings have gone away. We've added some things, and we're still in the construction mode. And I think we're becoming the kind of institution that will be competitive and will be strong in the future. As I think about what it is today that has allowed us to sort of make that next big step, and I think it largely rests on the support we've gotten from people like you, the support from the corporate sector, the fact that the state allowed each public university to have its own independent board. That was very important to Illinois State. That happened in 1996. And a lot of the changes that we've been bragging about over the last decade or so really started in the 1990s. And we're benefiting from that leadership from the board and from all the good work the campus has done. I'm glad to see us continue the Alumni Awards dinner tradition. It's become a regular part of Founders Day. Founders Day is an important time for the university. It gives us a chance to reflect on our heritage. We're at 153 years, the state's oldest public university, and of course we're celebrating our roots in teacher education. We're awfully proud of our graduates, and we're going to spend a lot of time tonight talking about the accomplishments of the alumni that we're recognizing tonight. But many of our graduates have become worldwide leaders. Many graduates are captains of industry. They help shape and reshape a competitive and global business community. Our graduates are leaders in math and science, boasting among the best physics and chemistry programs in the country. We have a national reputation in nursing education. Nursing is another one of those areas that we've added to the campus in the last decade. Illinois State graduates are legislators and statesmen, people like today's honorary degree recipient, Tom Lamont, who help craft and implement national and international policy. Our alumni are inspired artists, and whether the medium is the stage, screen, voice, instrument, pen, or talented hands, Illinois State has made significant contributions to the world body of art and culture. And our alumni are professional athletes and coaches who develop talent and teach integrity. I'm proud of your accomplishments, and one of my greatest pleasures is hearing your stories about the important role that Illinois State played in your lives. In my 7 years as president, I have listened to literally hundreds of memories, and today, not all the stories actually come from alumni. A lot of them are coming from current students who are retelling the experiences of their parents and even their grandparents who attended Illinois State. You know you've been here 32 years when you're bumping into students who say, "You taught my mom." And that happens to me at least once a month. As alumni, I hope you're proud of what Illinois State University has become today. Despite the economic turbulence that currently swirls throughout Illinois, the future of Illinois State University is extremely bright. This year's freshman class achieved the highest ACT composite average in our history, 24.3, second highest among public universities in Illinois. Thank you. Our graduation rate also hit a historic high. It's now 70%. The national average for four-year graduation rates is 55. To be at 70 is a significant difference. And our freshman to sophomore retention rate also climbed to a historic high this year. It is now 85%. Those are private school numbers. One of the joys of being president is being able to brag about what the faculty are up to. And they are doing very good work. Many of our programs have become nationally ranked, and of course the campus has been ranked in the top 100 for 6 consecutive years. This year, the Professor of the Year for the state of Illinois is a chemistry professor, Gregory Ferentz, who won that award this year. Each state selects a faculty member to receive that award. Gregory Ferentz is a good example of the kind of faculty member who works at Illinois State University. He has over $1 million in funded grants. He teaches undergraduates. He actually teaches the Intro to Chemistry course. And at most institutions, particularly institutions of our size, an undergraduate student would never sit in the same room with an individual like that. And here, that person is teaching 18-year-olds. We continue to enhance our physical environment. A number of renovation and construction projects are underway right now. We were talking at our table about the loss of Walker Dunn and Barton and the changes to Fell Hall, which, as you know, was at one time a residence hall and housed the International House. The Student Fitness Building is the largest construction project in our history. We will open that building in a year from now. It should open in January of 2011. It will be open to alumni, and we're not sure how many memberships we can accommodate, but alumni can join, and the alumni who live locally may want to take advantage and be part of it. It will have a climbing wall, so those of us from Colorado who like to rock climb can enjoy that, and I'll race you to the top if you'd like to have fun with that. It is true that the cost to attend Illinois State University has gone up just a bit since 1970. Depending on when you attended, the percentage of state dollars that go into public universities has dropped dramatically, and today only 25% of our operating comes from the state of Illinois. We're proud of the good planning and the prudent spending that we've engaged in to try to continue to make an Illinois State education affordable to all segments of society. We've gotten external validation for our efforts. Kiplinger magazine has ranked us in the top 100 for quality and value for 6 consecutive years. There are only 2 public universities in the state of Illinois that have been ranked by Kiplinger, and the other school likes Orange. I don't talk about them very much. But that is quite a feather in our cap to be in that company. We've had a very good run in grant and contract awards. Our faculty are very productive. We were awarded over $23 million in research grants last year. We are on pace to beat that record this year with over $16 million in grants awarded so far. You have been very generous to us, and we have seen our endowment grow. In 1980, our endowment was a mere $1 million. Today, it's well over $100 million. Our gifts continue to come in despite the sluggish economy. We're on track to have a record year this year, and the endowment has bounced back after the dip that all of us took. The endowment was up 22% last year, so the dollars are being managed well. I hope you're as proud as those of us who work here of Illinois State University. It's come a long way. I think we're hitting our stride, and I'm convinced that the best years are ahead of us. Thank you for being here tonight.
It's my pleasure to introduce to you now the president of the Illinois State University Alumni Association Board of Directors, Mr. Gary Tiffany. Gary is a 1974 graduate of Illinois State University, married to a fellow Redbird, and the proud parent of 2 Redbirds as well. So that's a pretty terrific legacy family, Gary. Thank you.
Thank you, Stephanie. Good evening. I'm excited to see so many of you here on campus tonight to help us honor our outstanding alumni. The Alumni Association board members, alumni relations staff, and the campus community look forward to this event every year. It's an opportunity for us to recognize and show our gratitude to Illinois State University alumni who have made significant contributions to their chosen professions and their alma mater. Tonight, we look forward to acknowledging their many achievements and listening to these individuals tell their unique stories. I'd like to take this time to recognize some special guests with us tonight. So I would ask you to please stand and be recognized as a group when your name is called. In addition to President and Mrs. Bowman, we have members of our Board of Trustees, Ann Davis, Bob Dobsky, Betty Kinzer, Joanne and John Maitland, and Mike McCuskey. My peers and members of the Alumni Association Board, Greg Ayers, Jeff Charnogorski, Bob Freitag, Dan Kelly, Jerry Kerber, Linda Lane, Marianne Lauterbach, Lois Mills, Kathy Murdoch, Marilee Rapp, Janessa Williams, Linda Yap, and Marty Vanags. We have members of the Foundation Board, Dan Kelly, Maya Shenoy, and Jeff Wood. And 2 of our vice presidents are joining us tonight. From University Advancement, Diane Ashby, and from Finance and Planning, Dan Lizelle. We also have deans representing each of the colleges and other administrators from across campus in the audience tonight. Thank all of you for joining us. You know, a university's alumni have the power to create and maintain a reputation that can distinguish that university from others. Tonight, you will hear firsthand about the accomplishments of 6 distinctive alumni from this fine university. The Alumni Association presented its first awards to alumni in 1971. That year, 2 individuals were presented the Distinguished Alumni Award, an award given today as the highest honor the Alumni Association presents. The award program was expanded in 1980 to add the service and achievement categories, and again in 1990 to recognize the outstanding achievements of our younger alumni. In 2002, we added the Senator John W. Maitland Jr. Commitment to Education Award. We are pleased to have John and Joanne Maitland in attendance tonight. Including this evening's recipients, the Alumni Association has honored 260 alumni and friends of the university for their personal and professional accomplishments. It is indeed an honor for both the university and the Alumni Association to recognize our most outstanding alumni. The individuals being honored tonight have brought distinction not only to their own lives and careers, but also to all associated with Illinois' first public university. Tonight's honorees have made landmark contributions in many fields. Individually and collectively, their impact extends from local communities to our nation and to the world. So on behalf of the Alumni Association, I want to extend congratulations to all the award recipients. In addition, we extend a special welcome to those friends and family members of our recipients who have chosen to join us tonight to share this special evening. We have a number of special individuals here tonight to introduce our awardees. And just as a reminder, the podium, we've installed a trap door here, just in case that your introductions run too long. So I invite you to please sit back and enjoy listening to the remarkable stories of these individuals. At this time, I'd like to introduce Linda Lane, a proud member of the class of 1966. Linda has been an integral part of the Alumni Association Board of Directors for many years. She's chaired the selection committees for the Outstanding Young Alumni and the Distinguished Alumni Awards this past year. So let's please welcome Linda Lane.
Thank you, Gary, very much. Our first category this evening is the Distinguished Alumni Award. The Distinguished Alumni Award is the highest honor awarded by the Alumni Association. The recipient of this award is recognized as a leader who has made outstanding contributions at either to his or her community, the state, or the nation. The award is only presented to those who have previously received one of our awards, either the Outstanding Young Alumni, the Achievement, or the Mercier Service Award. To introduce this year's Distinguished Alumni is a distinguished man as well. Please help me welcome to the podium a former employee of the university and a very good friend and supporter of ISU, Mr. Pete Whitmer.
Thank you, Linda. Dick's resume has more pages in it than the health care bill. He also fancies himself as a golfer. The problem is when he goes to hit the ball, he has no idea where it's going. But there is a savior involved because I think he has a grandson that can help straighten him out. Another thing you may not know is that Dick enjoys a good cigar. He meets regularly with a group of men at one of the local emporiums in Johnson City, and there's 10 of them. They call themselves the Harris Club, but they go there and they do their thing on a regular basis. I remember one day I got a phone call from Dick, I don't know, a couple of years ago or something, and he says, we were just talking about everything, and he says, hey, Whitmer, he says, our cigar group got our picture in a magazine. So I thought I'd better run by Barnes & Noble and check it out. So I went by Barnes & Noble, and there they were, the picture of them doing, you know, in their group. Now, one thing, I did find the magazine, but I did not purchase it. You know, one thing that Dick has is he's got a couple of collections that are really something. He has memorabilia and books from all the presidents of the United States, and most of them are signed. You know, I don't think he, you know, went to see Abe Lincoln or George Washington to get their books signed, but it's quite a collection. And in addition to that, he told me the number, and it's scary, so I'm just going to say he's got literally hundreds of books autographed by politicians, athletes, and other people. And what's amazing, he has to be an art form to get those things autographed. You know, it's just, it's unbelievable, but I say 100. He told me he had 500, and so that is quite a group. Along the way, you know, we all have certain mentors, and Dick's had a couple that were vice presidents at the university that also received this Alumni Distinguished Award. They were, Dr. Eric Johnson received it in 1980, and Dr. Jim Fisher received it in 1989. Another thing is, just within the last few weeks, Dick received an award from the Chamber of Commerce in Johnson City. It was called the Enterprise Award. It was the first inaugural award, but it was for Dick's service to the Chamber over a 20-year period. He'd been involved in all the chairs, and also they created a foundation in the Chamber, and he was the first chairman and helped put that together. Dick is an ordinary guy that has an extraordinary track record. It is my pleasure to introduce the recipient of the 2010 Distinguished Alumni Award, Richard Manahan.
Not sure how to follow that. President Bowman, Dr. Ashby, Gary Tiffany, Linda Lane, Stephanie Epps, Gina Galanchi, and my longtime friend and associate Barbara Todd. It is an honor and a privilege to be recognized as a distinguished alumni at Illinois State University. President Bowman, I was talking with Jim Fisher, and he mentioned that your outstanding leadership at Illinois State University reminded him of Bob Bones' leadership during the time that Illinois State Normal University became Illinois State University. You are respected throughout your campus and nationally. Thank you for all you do for ISU. You have redefined normal. It was people like Eric Johnson, Jim Fisher, Keith Scott, Gene Budig, Warren Hardin, B. Belchie, and Bob Bone who put people first that I considered mentors over the years when I was at Illinois State. Diana Ashby, a wise and trusted colleague, thank you for your friendship over the years. Your leadership in all the different roles at ISU will be missed. My very best to you and Jack in your retirement from the university. Keep in touch and enjoy the weather in Arizona. Okay. I want to congratulate the other 2010 Alumni Association Award recipients, especially Gene Jontry and Parker Lawless. Parker, E. Burton Mercier, Mary Lou, and their family bring back many memories. Bert was a close friend and a mentor over the years. Gene and Parker go back a long way. I would like to point out that Parker graduated from ISU, or I should say ISNU, in 1957, and Gene in 1958. I graduated from high school in 1958. The point here is how much older these two guys are than me. They both have a great history with the university, are exceptional individuals. We shared a lot of good times together over the years in this community and on this campus. I've known Parker and Gene for over 40 years, and their exceptional commitment to ISNU and ISU, and guys, how time flies. And also notice you two guys are aging. I would like to recognize my brother Ed and his wife Pat, my sister Sue, my brother Mike and his wife Susan, my brother-in-law Ron and his wife Jenny, who are with us this evening. I also want to acknowledge our close friends Rich and Arlene Sigg, and Don and Mary Margaret McHugh. My high school coach Jim Bowers and his wife Joanne are here tonight. If it had not been for Coach Bowers, I would not be standing here tonight receiving this award. I would have been a high school dropout. Thank you, Coach, for your guidance and leadership. The one person I want to share this award with is my close confidant, soulmate, sounding board, the woman in front of the man, and we will soon be celebrating our 50th wedding anniversary, my wife Lois, and she loves this part. Would you please stand and be recognized? She knows how that is, doesn't she? With Lois and me tonight is my daughter Jennifer, who we are proud of. Jennifer was born right here in Normal, Illinois, raised in Virginia and Tennessee, a Southern lady, a successful woman in her own right. Jennifer, would you please stand and be recognized? In summary, it does not matter where we work, what we do, how many degrees we have, or where we grew up. What matters is having the willingness to right the wrongs you see and work to give others the chances we've had. I've reflected many times on how ISNU and ISU have impacted my life. Illinois State University gave me that chance. President Bowman, faculty, staff, former colleagues here at Illinois State University, thank you for all you do for the university and the students whose lives you have influenced over the years. You are the ones I honor here this evening. I am humbled by this award. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dick, and congratulations. Now let's move to our next category. Mary Ann Lauterbach has a rich history with Illinois State University. I know because I was here with her at the time, but we won't go into that. She received her bachelor's degree in 1974, Master's of Science in Education in 1980, and her PhD in 1984. This past year, Mary Ann has chaired the selection committees for the Alumni Achievement Award, the E. Burton Mercier Alumni Service Award, and the Senator John W. Maitland Jr. Commitment to Education Award. Please join me in welcoming Mary Ann Lauterbach.
Thank you very much, and good evening, everyone. The Senator John Maitland Award is very close to my heart, as John and Joanne have been very good friends of my husband and I for many, many years. This is given to a person who has had a commitment to education, and it can recognize legislators, officials, or individuals who have shown extraordinary contributions to or advocacy for Illinois State University and/or the Alumni Association. The individual may have helped improve educational opportunities for students, may have helped provide positive visibility for the university, or may have aided the university in securing resources. And we need a lot more people like that this year too. Ultimately, the individual shows evidence of integrity, leadership, and fair play in the spirit of Senator John W. Maitland. In our presence tonight, we have Senator Maitland and Joanne, and we're pleased as always to have them with us. To introduce our next recipient is someone who knows the award very well, and the awardee. In fact, she is the wife of Senator Maitland and one of our trustees of the Board of Trustees. Please help me in recognizing Joanne to come to the podium.
Thank you, Mary Ann. I would like to thank all of you for being here this evening, showing your support and celebrating with the recipients with their awards tonight. There is no one stronger that has stronger support for Illinois State than Gene Jontry. I understand when Gene was attending ISNU, and earned his position as starting guard on the 1956 through 1958 basketball team, his nickname was Gunner, which he says came from his ability to hit clutch shots and a willingness to take almost any shot. But those long shots back then that you made only counted 2 points. And I believe that this was his model for his career. Gene knew just about everyone in the 3 counties he represented when he served as regional superintendent for McLean, DeWitt, and Livingston counties. He had dedicated 45 years of service to education when he retired from that position, but Gene is still serving education today. Service is a key word to describe the foundation on which Gene has built his career. He started his career as head coach, coaching football, basketball, track, and was athletic director, all for $600 a year. His teams won 4 conference championships, 2 in football, 1 in basketball, and 1 in track. He also taught driver's ed, social studies, and physical ed. And he even lined the field and any other maintenance work that was required. A few of Gene's accomplishments while he was regional superintendent: he stepped forward by expanding the alternative education program and developing the SAVE program for special education students. He knew these students could not be left behind. The GED program is one he still holds dear to his heart, watching adults who have struggled through their life to obtain their long-sought diploma. He convinced State Farm to play a role in helping districts provide teacher in service. To support this, the State Farm Teaching and Learning Exchange was launched. The regional institutes under his direction brought in nationally recognized speakers and educators. Gene has always cared about people, especially the youth. He is an educational leader, a mentor, supporter of community activities, charitable activities, and organizations, one who never feels anything is impossible and has that can-do attitude. He is an all-around friend of so many. It has been said that whenever there is a group of people, Gene is there and he knows every one of them. He's a member of the Redbird Hall of Fame and the College of Education Hall of Fame. He truly is an ISU Redbird. Diane, we all thank you and your family for sharing Gene's talents with all of us. So many have gained through his devotion to education. Tonight, it is my pleasure to introduce to you the recipient of the 2010 Senator John W. Maitland Jr. Commitment to Education Award, Gene Jontry.
Thank you very much, Joanne, for that fine introduction. And it's with all humbleness and most appreciative of this honor and recognition I stand before you tonight. Dr. Bowman, other faculty, and others that have been mentioned by Dick earlier, I second everything that he said. Without going through all the litany of everyone, you know, I am humbled to be able to be represented here for this John Maitland Award. I identify with John because of the high qualities of character, integrity, trustworthiness, and leadership ability that John possessed. And I tried to use John as a model for my own approach to life and to working with people. His influence, his support, and his counseling and advising over the years was most significant for me in my positions. And this goes all the way from the coaching, teaching, to the superintendency, to the regional superintendent of schools. And never was there a time when I wanted help that I couldn't go to Lois Mills, his administrative secretary assistant, and ask for a time on his schedule, you know, for counsel, you know, and input.
And what I think we're lacking today in our state legislature is a man of the caliber of John Maitland. The ability to draw people together. They may have differences of opinion, and the ability to maybe not agree 100% on everything. But our legislator in this situation for several years has lacked that type of quality. I'm standing here this evening because of significant people in my life and my desire to serve others and bring people together for a common cause, whatever that may be. But one of my advocacies and that of John was to provide strong public education for all grade levels. And I'm talking kindergarten through the college level. Very, very important, and a goal that John worked for. So whatever that common cause was in my situation, with 9 or 10 tax and bond referendums, to be involved in a reorganization of a school district at Ridgeview. Motions are involved in those type of consolidations. Detachment and annexation of my home school in Chenal to Prairie Central. To staff development and major institute programs at Illinois State University with your facilities and with your people. And I've had some outstanding opportunities to provide staff development and institute programs with the people provided at Illinois State University in the education department, talking in terms of Dean Baker, Diane Ashby, and others that I could go through with several other tremendous responsibilities. And with that, I have ISU graduates, Faye Messman, Nikki Rosenbaum, and others who worked as ISU graduates to help bring forth, those type of national speakers, programs, and presenters. I would not just leave my confines to those areas, but athletics been a great part of my life. And, Parker and I used to go up and down McCormick, gym. As of today, it's dirt and got a little water in it. But Dr. Bowman promised me one board out of the northwest corner, okay? And I'm going to hold him to that. But I was over today visiting with one of the people, and, I know it's going to come to fruition, that new facility. I just think my involvement with the athletic department is significant because I was involved with 3 Legends basketball classics, of which we brought 90 to 100 people back, as coaches, former players. And Parker Lawless helped me, along with Ricky Johnson, put that together. 91, 96, and 201. Tremendous opportunity for camaraderie and that type of thing. It was very important to me. Let me just say that my family's been there for me and supported me with a lot of challenges. And when you're in schoolwork or administration or business or whatever your field is, you need a strong support base. So I do have a strong support base in my 5 children that are here this evening. Mark, Matt, Nathan, Angela, and Laura. And I'd be remiss if I didn't leave out my number 1 Dick also, in Diane Jontry, who's put up with my schedules, my many meetings, and the commitments that I made for a greater part of 53 years. I think it's important to give back, but kind of in concluding, I go back 56 years to the days when Howard Hancock was teaching anatomy. The football field is named after him. Clifford Horton was my kinesiology teacher. And I can go to Warren Hardin and several others in the social studies department, and I just saw Warren the other day. And I'm so very proud of the foundation that those people gave me, you know, as I was here over 56 years ago. We were an enrollment of about 3,700 pupils when I went in 54. About 43 when I walked out in 58. 1 year before Parker, my block and back, you know, and passer in basketball. But what I think is important is giving back. And I don't think I can ever totally give back to Illinois State University, all the departments that are involved here with what it gave for me and the foundation that it gave me. So for that, I'm forever, you know, grateful and grow up on that. And I think, as Dr. Bowman has pointed out well here, the growth of this university in many areas has been significant, not only in physical facilities. And I kind of wanted to close with this, with a name or so. I had Nikki Rosenbaum out here, Calvin Jackson and some others, Diane Kelly that helped me with a lot of the things. But the one of the things that stands out as a visionary for us was Milt Weisbecker. And go back to 1971, we had one Distinguished Alumnus Board, and we were handling the Athletic Hall of Fame out of the alumni office with good Burton Mercier, Dr. Brown Ballroom, and what you've done with those in recent years that's been explained, you know, with Linda and others has been tremendous. And I think what we've done is 246 people that are recognized in the program tonight, you know. That's what I'm talking about. But Milt and I rode back on the plane from a basketball game at the NIT. And we got beat by Houston on a shot by Otis Birdsong in the last minute. And he said, Gene, I'm Joint Superintendent, Executive Officer of the Alumni Association and the Foundation, and we need more people. And we took some recommendations to the administration, you know, over the period of time, not just when Gene Jontry was involved for 12 years. And what has come about as a result of that is what we have today with the Alumni Association and the numbers that you have, with the growth of the foundation. And again, I express my deep appreciation to Diane Ashby, you know, as our last, before she retires within a given period of time. I think this Alumni Association has done an awful lot to expand programs with the awards program, and Jerry Kerber was telling me the other day, you know, about a scholarship program. I think that's just one more example in closing that is where we are with the Alumni Association and with the growth and expansion of the foundation. So let me say, my final word is, I thank the Alumni Association significantly for this recognition. It's so meaningful to me, and to be associated with John Maitland and the John Maitland Commitment to Education Award could never set any stronger in my life. So I'm indeed thankful. And thank you very much for this high honor. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Gene. This is one of the things I really enjoy about being chair of these committees. Our next award is the E. Burton Mercier Alumni Service Award, and is based upon outstanding volunteer service and contributions to Illinois State and/or the Alumni Association, or significant volunteer efforts in service to the community, state, country, or an important social cause. The award was established by the family of Burton Mercier, a longtime volunteer and active member of the Illinois State University community. We are pleased to have in our audience tonight the son and daughter of Bert. Tom, a 1970 graduate from Illinois State College of Business, and Mary Jo Adams, who received her master's in 1980 in the area of health, PE, and recreation. Will you please stand and be recognized? To introduce this year's recipient is someone whom we all know and is a loyal and welcome employee of Illinois State University. Please welcome Barb Todd.
Thank you, Mary Ann. Dick, Jean, I was born
born in 1958, so I can always remember Jean's graduation year. It is indeed an honor for me to introduce to you an individual who so richly deserves recognition at this level and has also played an instrumental role in the life of our university. And I gotta tell you, today during Founders Day, I got lots of offers for good material, but I promised to be nice, so. Like all of you, my life has crossed paths with countless individuals. How many times have we all known someone for years, but not truly understood how very special an individual he or she is? We only know what we experience ourselves and not what someone does with his and her or her personal time. Tonight, we honor an individual who has consistently and quietly devoted his life to giving his time to the benefit of others. If you don't know Parker Lawless, it is my pleasure to give you a small insight into this man. If you are lucky enough to call him friend, family, or colleague, I thank you for sharing him with Illinois State University, as well as with thousands of others who have benefited from his generous acts of kindness and numerous community service roles. Parker is Parker. I can't count how many times I've used those words to try and help someone understand who this man is and why he did what he did or said what he did. And his wife used those words to me this morning. And now I hope we all learn just why Parker is Parker. My first exposure to Parker Lawless was over 25 years ago. Shortly after beginning my career in advancement, the alumni director, Joyce Penland, and I traveled with Parker to meet alumni in Texas, over the whole state of Texas. On day 2 of a 5-day trip, I told Parker I appreciated the fact that his mother had raised him to be a true gentleman, but he'd kill himself if he didn't stop trying to carry all of our luggage and open all the doors for Joyce and I, consistently, everything. I must admit that although I've known Parker all these years, it wasn't until recently that I began to truly know Parker and to realize and appreciate that his mother didn't just raise a gentleman, but she raised a true humanitarian and servant to society. Service can be directed to a variety of causes: churches, civic organizations, our community, social service agencies, employers, or alma maters. Parker's lengthy list of service activities includes all of these. He has given countless hours serving on church committees, at town council meetings, training and helping others on behalf of the Red Cross, leading the ISU Annuitant Association, lobbying for our retirement benefits, planning alumni reunions, and driving the delivery truck for the local food bank. But true service from the heart, beyond these community efforts, is what sets Parker apart from many others. When I started adding up all the stories of Parker helping neighbors, former colleagues, church members, friends, and probably even some people he didn't even know that well, I knew he was the kind of individual for whom this award was intended. Whether it's changing a light bulb, driving someone to an appointment, or just being there, Parker has been the go-to man for years for hundreds of individuals. He somehow always knows who needs what help and how to offer it and allow the recipient to maintain his or her dignity. I'm sure there have been times when he's appeared on someone's doorstep at just the right moment to help in a time of need. His high energy level allowed him to combine a successful career at Illinois State with an extensive volunteer life. Once fully retired, his volunteer and humanitarian schedule is one difficult to keep track of. For years, Parker has freely given all of this time, not to earn accolades or public recognition, but because that's just what you do. His generous spirit is given for the purest of reasons, simply because someone needs help or an organization can benefit from his time and talent. Parker is Parker, and for that I am grateful. He has been my mentor, my colleague, my volunteer, and my advocate for my retirement benefits, and friend. It is what makes him such a worthy recipient of this very special award and recognition. Please join me in congratulating and welcoming the 2010 recipient of the E. Burton Mercier Alumni Service Award, the one and only Parker Lawless.
Where we're gonna be?
We're gonna go right here, the camera.
Okay.
You don't know where cameras are?
No, where Nelson's.